Tomasz, hello.
Hi. Hi. Sorry, I really forgot about it because I'm during in the jury of the festival in Warsaw. We can see Palace of Culture
Yeah.
Behind me,
Yes.
and we just finished our verdict, and my iPhone told me that I should be with you.
It's a busy day for you today, Tomasz.
Yeah, we finished our meeting, the last meeting of the jury. So there's a verdict, and we had a dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but luckily, you know, the iPhone, so I can try to do it with that way. So sorry, I'm not at home with the computer.
That's absolutely fine. It makes it's a nice change of scenery. I'm slightly jealous. It looks lovely.
Yeah, actually I made a documentary about this building. It's a palace of culture, and it's a gift from Stalin.
Wow. Okay.
Stalin gave us to us in 50s.
Excellent. Well, I'd love to hear more about that. Tomasz, thank you so much. Obviously, even more so, just appreciating where you've just been. Thank you so much for joining me today in the discussion about your film, and for choosing to take part in the discussions today. Let's just jump straight in. Your film, A Problem, is incredibly well made, and it is a wonderful achievement. It's all shot in one take, and obviously the performances are excellent too. How many rehearsals and takes did it require to get that right?
Well, you know, this because this film was actually made with a little amount of money, so I could only afford to work for 2 days. And the plan was to make some kind of rehearsal on the first day, and to make some shootings, and then make the final shooting the next day. But the first day was raining all day, so we couldn't do nothing. So actually we did in some room inside some rehearsals, and late at night we did some actually in that place that we are shooting.
Yeah.
And the next day because I saw this footage afterward at night. I was watching this and I saw some problems.
Yeah.
You know, because film about problems, so I saw the problems. Problems in my work. So from next day that we were supposed to shoot, I was, you know, fixing these problems. So actually we did only 2 shots.
Right.
One was with a handheld, and other with gimbal.
Yeah.
And then was a night, and we couldn't do nothing. So actually there was there are only 2 takes, and so I would say 1.5 days for rehearsal.
That's incredible. I couldn't imagine that it was, you know, done in such a limited amount of time. I would imagine something like that would take, you know, a much longer time. So well done. That's it's an incredible achievement.
Sorry, it's maybe a little bit. We achieve it somehow. I mean, I was happy that I succeed, that we did one shot from start to the end, because of course we stopped a few times because there was something wrong and there was no reason to shoot more. And I think it was possible, of course, because of you know, brilliant actors, but also because of DOP Wojtek Staroń, who is actually, he works with fiction, but he is also a documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
So I think it helped us a lot.
I mean, you've sort of preempted one of my questions, actually. You know, with the film made up of, you know, a continuous shot, there must have been a lot of trust between yourself and the cinematographer. Was he someone that you'd worked with before? Were they someone that you've, you know, had experience with?
No. I mean, I am mostly a documentary maker. I make documentaries, and I also work with the camera as a DOP. And that was my idea, because that's the way I love to watch films in a one shot, and this is the way I want to work, with the next project. Maybe not hold the film in one shot, but one shot, one scene. So I had the idea in my mind, and before shooting, we went there with Wojtek on the set, and we are fixing the places, and I actually I even prepared a storyboard. To be prepared to show Wojtek what I like to achieve, and he add his ideas to this, and of course I had to trust him. I couldn't talk to him during the shooting out, go a little bit left or right, because I would destroy this shooting.
Right.
So yeah, I know him. I didn't work with him before. I wanted to do this because I know he's a brilliant DOP,
yeah,
and he's a documentary maker. And for me, it was a crucial thing.
Fantastic.
That's why I can. That's why I could trust him, because I knew that he will react.
Yeah.
If something happened that we didn't expect,
yeah,
he will react.
Well, yeah, it's an excellent job from both of you. The film, as I understand it, was released in the summer of 2020. Was it shot during the pandemic? And if so, how did that affect your production?
Well, actually, it was shot in the last day of the September. So it was just before pandemic.
Yeah.
So it didn't affect at all, because at that time, okay, in Wuhan, the pandemic COVID was already existing, but not in Poland. It started a few months later, so it doesn't affect at all.
Oh, okay, that's great to hear. The film, we haven't really explained exactly what it's about, but it revolves around a serious incident, and that various characters witness. And yet it seems as though they're still very concerned with their own much smaller problems. And the central incident is kind of a distraction more than anything. Is that a sentiment that you were trying to convey, or is there something that, is there more you think that we can take from the film?
Well, when I was started to think about this project, I was trying to put myself in such a situation when you are somehow witness of that someone is dying, that the most important thing in our life, the life is going to be end, and it's the most important thing definitely for the guy who's dying. And when you compare it and with your problems, so how can you deal with it? I mean, what and at the same time, what should you do? I mean, you should pray, but you don't know the guy. You should help, but you can't help because, well, actually, he already died. And what can you do? When you pass, you have guilty. We don't know how to behave in such a situation, because it's so, it's a final, the end. It's the end for someone's lives.
Yeah,
and you can do not
easy to be, cynical about how society might react to something like that if you're not in that situation yourself. But actually, I think the film does have, in the end, quite a positive and a rational outlook, in a sense that, like you said, in the end, that person has, they've already died, and life kind of has to go on as well. There is a sort of rational sense.
Yeah, there is a small girl who's really the only one who is interested what's going on. because the kids are innocent, yeah, and of course they have. She doesn't understand exactly what's going on here, but we as the adults, we have all our own stuff, and for me that was interesting. That's a simple, this situation that the life that's going on and the end of life are so close to each other. Yeah. And of course, it's about our sensitivity, yeah. And it's also a little bit about that we used to death, because we are watching so many tragedies in TV, and even in internet. People are looking and watching the films from executions and dead bodies, and we're so used to death right now. So that is, I think it's a problem.
The film largely relies upon a fantastic ensemble cast and performance. How challenging was it for you to find the right people and to direct them in the film?
Well, I was looking for people, some people I know, because it's easier to convince them. Yeah. And some people I didn't know before, but after this we became friends, and we're working for another project. So it's I met with all of them before shooting. It's obvious because we have to get know each other, and I treat actors as someone who is creative. My ideas, I treat that, okay, they are shitty. I think your, as actors, might be much better than mine. So please propose me something. And I think that it's generally it's my idea to cooperate in fiction with people, that they do not. I don't hire them, and I don't work with them to do what I said. Yeah. I expect them to propose things, to be creative, to question me and asking questions and saying maybe that will be better, or I will say this one, or I will go here. Yeah. And for me, it's when I receive such a reaction from the actors, and that's great. I mean, I think that okay, and they feel as creators. Yeah. Not someone who's doing what someone else is telling them, but so I think it's that if the actors, I feel that the actors have this freedom somehow, because I also told them, if you forget your line, it doesn't matter. Think about something else, about similar, whatever. I don't care. You can exchange words. You can. The meaning is for me important, but how you say that, I don't care.
It's a great way to work, and obviously, requires again a great amount of trust, but also just allowing there to be some amount of collaboration within that creative process. So and again, it really shows. The performances are really naturalistic, and it doesn't feel like a performance at all. There's no sort of artifice. It does all just kind of seamlessly sort of hang together. So congratulations, it's an incredible film. We love it here at Framelight and Short Focus Film Festival. So thank you so much for
very much
to screen your film. Thank you as well, just to take a small part of your day today to speak with me.
No problem. That's a pleasure.
Great pleasure. Tomasz, thank you so much. Your film is screening in program 2 of the festival, which we're going to be screening at Short Focus Film Festival, Close Up Cinema in London. Can't wait to screen it. I think your audience is going to love it. I hope they do love it as much as I do. Thank you again for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting to my film.
Thank you. You take care.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.